Hi, my name is Ashley Ng, and my pronouns are she, her, hers, and I graduated BHS in 2019. February 12th, 2021 will be the first time when Lunar New Year will be recognized as a Category 1 holiday in Brookline. Such reclassification of the holiday involved momentous efforts from students, faculty, and other community members. Through this video, I want to share with you the story of our student-led advocacy, the significance of this holiday to many Asian and Asian American community members, and provide an opportunity for you to hear from different community members. Let's rewind back to January 23, 2012, which marked the first day of midterm exams. For most students, this meant high stress levels and intense studying. But for many Asian and Asian American students, this also meant sacrificing their already limited opportunity to celebrate arguably the most important holiday in many of their cultures, as Lunar New Year, too, was on the first day of exams. Alan Joe, one of the Asian and Pacific American Club's presidents at the time, wrote to Dr. William Lupini, the then superintendent. Alan's persistence resulted in Lunar New Year being classified as a Category 2 holiday, not Category 1 as he and many others had hoped for. At the time, a Category 1 holiday seemed too ambitious, but let's fast forward to 2018. Chamber music concerts, sports meets, and teachers completely ignoring the Category 2 holiday policies, it became evident that there was just a general disrespect for Lunar New Year. This did not sit well with many of us, so we reached out to the superintendent at the time, Andrew Bott. In 2019, we decided to really spearhead this issue with the support of the Brookline Asian American Family Network, BHS teachers Lee Hua Shorter and Kate Leslie, and other community members. Through countless emails, meetings, a petition with nearly 1,000 signatures, surveys, and interviews with Asian and Asian American community members and allies, it became clear how important this issue was to many.
So I have worked in Brookline for over 20 years. As long as I can remember, students have always talked about the conflict they face. They have to choose between going to school or celebrating their culture on Lunar New Year. As parents and teachers, we also struggle with the same conflict. Most of us decide to go to work and send our children to school. We do so not because we think celebrating our culture is less important, but because we think it is the right thing to do and what we are expected to do.
Lunar New Year is a time to spend with my family. Time for me to connect with my family, and it's also time for me to learn about my culture.
The one thread that I have that's a really strong connection to being Asian.
I really want to continue to teach my kids about my culture. We want to take them to visit friends and family, and also to the temple here. Want to keep that alive. So
it's like the largest holiday for all my family, but the thing is, like, it's very separate from my American life. You know, it's like not normally something that's celebrated by most people here. So it's just like, you know, the one time of year where I can like celebrate with my family about that part of who I am.
It means tradition. It means coming back to the same ritual year after year, and all that just makes it easy to compare life's progress to this one night every year, and it's perfect, it's timely, it's well rehearsed, and I love it so much.
On May 14th, 2019, BHS alumni Sabrina Joe and I had the opportunity to present to the school committee. And on January 9th, 2020, the school committee unanimously voted to add Lunar New Year as a Category 1 holiday to the 2021 Public Schools of Brookline's academic calendar. There was no way this could have been done without the support of the community. Across the world, many Asian countries that celebrate Lunar New Year have all 15 days of the holiday off. For example, where I'm from, Malaysia, everything is closed for the first 15 days, and families spend the holiday journeying back to their hometowns to participate in traditions like Yi Sang, watching line dances, and setting off firecrackers. Thus, even just a single day off in Brookline carries so much more weight than what might appear on the surface.
back home, when I grow up, people have like 2 weeks off, so we can go to visit family and friends, and we have all the relatives, we gather together and we go to the temple.
For people who haven't experienced this culture firsthand, second-generation immigrants, people who have not been in Asian countries, I think it's especially important for them to have time to connect with their family and their culture and to fully understand the importance of this holiday to so many people around the world.
Culturally, it is supposed to be, and it is globally, an extremely important holiday, but I haven't personally experienced that, so I think that really does take away what it means to me as someone whose parents are immigrants, but who hasn't experienced what Lunar New Year really is firsthand.
When I moved here, it was hard for me to adjust because it's such a big holiday there, and when I came here, it was more focused on the American holidays, and it kind of made me like give up this part of my identity, and it was hard for me to realize that this is just as important to me.
Since we finally have Lunar New Year off this year, my family usually has a special Lunar New Year lunch, but usually I'm at school. So this year, since we finally have it off, I get to celebrate Lunar New Year lunch with my family.
My mom and I are especially excited for a day full of activities. We're planning on making traditional rice cake soup, scallion pancakes, rice cakes, and other dishes. My family and I are also going to have a Zoom call with all my cousins and relatives. I can pay respect to my elders while also bonding with my family through folk games.
Something that me and my family do is that we actually go to the cemetery to also visit my grandparents.
Also, like every year, we have a big Lunar New Year dinner with a bunch of different foods. My personal favorite being the crispy pork. Unfortunately, I'm not exactly sure how big our feast will be considering COVID, but we will figure out a way to celebrate safely this year.
Once you have a tradition that's unmovable and unbreakable, it becomes a lot more powerful, and the rhythm it makes you feel good in the long run.
Lunar New Year is special to my family, and there are a lot of traditions I missed out on. This year, with more time on my hands, I'm excited to experience Lunar New Year more fully and deeply.
Even through these tough times, my family's spirit of the holidays will always be present. And with having the day off to celebrate it, I can spend more time with my family and learning more about my culture than ever before from the past years. I am very excited to be having Lunar New Year off so I can truly cherish celebrating the holiday with my family.
If we're going to start recognizing and making our students feel welcome and included and important and sort of visible in the community, then we need to start recognizing their holidays.
As Ms. Wang said in the previous clip, it's important for Asian and Asian Americans to feel seen and heard. Brookline is only the third place in the U.S. to have Lunar New Year off from school, after New York City and California. But having the first day of Lunar New Year off is a gift that will continue to evolve as Asian and Asian Americans celebrate going forward. To the folks who don't celebrate, I hope you learned something from this video. And to those who do,
新年快乐!
Chúc mừng năm mới.
새해 복 많이 받으세요.
祝大家新年快樂 and Happy New Year!